And welcome to the Week 12 Sunday live stream. I am your fill-in person at 30BFF with two Fs. Hopper is somewhere at a hotel in Springfield where I'm at right now. Hungover, probably with a headache, probably screaming out at Hop with two Ps. At Hop BFF with two Ps. That's where you can find on my Twitter. You can find the show at Beerfield Fantasy Football on YouTube as well. YouTube, Beerfield Fantasy Football. Obviously, you know that if you found it. We're on Facebook, Beerfield Fantasy Football. Instagram, at Beerfield FF. If you've reached out to us on there, we do apologize if we haven't responded much on there. As you guys are well known, we're not the best at that. We're going to jump right into some of the ins and outs. I still got to get ready for the games. I know you guys still got to get ready for all this stuff that just dropped. I see the questions start pulling in. Chris is in the chat. He says he's lying. He's on Hungover. Well, then why aren't you here? You dirty, dirty man. Anyways, ins and outs. Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar were both expected not to play. They are not in. To go along with Jordan Howard, all three of those guys are all inactive. J.J. is expected to assume the Jordan Howard role. There's reports that came out this morning that we should expect a even split between Ajayi and Miles Sanders. It's Doug Peterson, so it's probably right, which sucks because that means you have to knock down Sanders a little bit more. We'll start with some questions here, though, before we keep moving on. Curtis Samuel, this is from Alex. Curtis Samuel, McLaurin, or Miles Sanders in full PPR? It's not McLaurin. I just need to see more from him and Haskins for me to buy into it. For me, it's going to probably be Curtis Samuel. I expect both him and Sanders to see of equal targets and catches. Samuel's more than likely to bust one open. I believe he's top 10 in air yards and deep target share percentage, though. So one of those big shots to come along against New Orleans this week. So I'm going with Curtis Samuel there. From TS, Rodgers or Mayfield. I'm starting Mayfield this week. It's Miami. Miami just made Josh Allen the QB1. Mayfield is my stream of the week. Rodgers on the road in San Francisco is not played up to what people expect him to be. San Francisco's offense may be in shambles, but their defense is still going to be elite. A bad offensive line could be for Green Bay could make Rodgers' day a living hell. I'm rolling with Mayfield. Colton wants to know, Kittle is he still a safe play with news? No, he's not safe at all. The chance for re-injury seems to be pretty high in this one. If you have no other options to play, if you can't pick up a guy like Jacob Hollister, if you can't pick up a guy like Ryan Griffin, I'm staying clear. Or I would stay clear of Kittle then. Obviously, if you can't get somebody that's going to at least give you a decent floor, then you have to play Kittle out there because of how good he is. It's gross. I don't know how safe of a play he is. I'm not very high on Kittle. The fact that he's played on a broken bone in his ankle, just if something happens, it's gonna be he could be out. Also, their backup tight end Hopper has him. I think it's Dooley, I believe his name is. Going back to the news here, Auden Tate is active. Surprisingly, still he's Cincinnati not gonna play him. I'm flexing Kittle and starting Andrews. That works too. Tim Patrick, if there's any news on Kittle, because it's a Sunday night game, if anything, were to happen, have his backup ready. Hopper will probably put it in the comments. Tim Patrick is also active. He had a nice game against Minnesota last week. Not a great matchup against Buffalo, but he was a late season darling last year. T.J. Hawkinson, who showed up on the injury report late in the week, is active, though it is to be cautious when you play a player who shows up late on the injury report. As for Washington running backs, Adrian Peterson is active while Chris Thompson is not. You got to expect that Darius Geis is going to resume all pass catching work here, like he did for almost the most part last week. I don't know how much Wendell Smallwood should play in the factor. He led the team in snaps, but was third in touches compared to both Peterson and Geis. So I'm playing Peterson, or I'm playing Geis. He was one of my starts of the week. I've been pounding the table for him. He's super talented. You got to see some of that breakaway talent speed on his 45-yard run and catch for a touchdown last week. Dwelley, you're right. And yes, you can't play Dwelley over Kittle if Kittle's active, but you have to have his back. You have to have Dwelley just in case if Kittle is downgraded to out. He's not officially starting. Yep. Colton again. Tim Patrick, N'Keal Harry, Hollister, and Noah Fant, half PPR. N'Keal Harry is likely the starter now with already declared out, I believe, Philip Dorsett. Mohamed Sanu is likely not to play as the Patriots want to, hold his return and really make sure that he's healthy for their playoff run. I like Hollister, but again, tight ends, you have to hope he gets a touchdown. While he's done that the last 2 weeks was 3 of them, or his last 2 games with 3 of them. If Philadelphia's offense can't keep up, Seattle may turn to more of the run-heavy Seattle that we've have known to love and see when they get up early, or if the game script allows it. Not trusting Noah Fant against Buffalo. So, to me, I'm rolling N'Keal Harry out. We love him here. Also, Jacoby Myers is also a great play this week as there's only 3 potentially healthy receivers for New England. Other news or injuries that may come out. I talked about Mohamed Sanu. We already talked about George Kittle. If you're the Kittle owner, please keep an eye out on that and be prepared to make some moves if news turns south on him. As for the weather report here, there's only 2 real concerns here. There's a 52% chance of rain at the Raiders and Jets game. Doesn't really mean much. The biggest concern and what people have been talking about all week is the Cowboys and Patriots game. It's supposed to be rainy. It's supposed to be cold. It's supposed to get a potential mix of winter mixes. And then you have a decently high chance for gust winds that will blow from end zone to end zone. Many people are screaming this to be a potential run-heavy game between guys like Zeke and the backfield of New England. I'm staying clear of Tom Brady if I can with his elbow injuries, the gluttony of injuries to the wide receiver core. As for the Cowboys, we already know what the matchup is going to be like for both Gallup and for Amari Cooper, seeing some of their better secondary pieces. I think Dak, you have to trust, unless you can get a guy like Baker out there off the waivers, which you probably could. I would probably stay clear of. I'd probably have to roll out Dak and just hope that you can get something on the road from them. That's all the news, injuries, weather stuff that we have. Thank you guys again for jumping into the chat. Thanks to Hopper for jumping into the chat and help answer questions and to go against my talks. It's always good to have both of us back here, even though one of us isn't live. One of us is back live. If I have any other questions or anything else, we may cut this a little bit short. I'll like Chris if he has any ask for friends, throw into the chat if you like. Most of my asking for friends is based around Miles Sanders and Darius Geis. For those of you that are wondering, I'm going to go Darius Geis this week now. Pause for effect. All right, I don't see nothing popping up. If you guys have any questions, please DM the show. If you want to DM or add us individually on Twitter, that'll work. Probably be even better for that. I'm going to go take a shower, get ready to go. I think you should. You're asking the betting man if you should run another parlay, and I think you should do it. I want you to get cute. I like when Cute Hopper comes out and plays. It makes for interesting times. I may even play one. We'll see. Again, that's all we got. If you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, cute parlay bets or anything like that, I didn't ignore you. I told you should do it. You should do the take Seattle in the under, and then take New England in the under. Miles Sanders or Sutton. I mean, despite his difficult matchup, I'm going Cortland Sutton. He gets all the volume here. I know with Tim Patrick back, people are like, oh, God, you might. No. Cortland Sutton's number one there. No Emmanuel Sanders. No showing of Deshaun Hamilton. Tim Patrick's not going to do enough, playing his second week this season. While I love Miles Sanders, you're playing the upside here with Cortland Sutton. The Chad has major leg. Yeah, I think it's probably like a 3 or 5 sec or like a 5 or 10 second delay. I believe. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one.